I gotcha, didn't I? There's nothing to be scared of here. Oh, come on, Freddy! Hello everybody, my name is Eric Ramirez101, there's my hand, and we are back for another Foxy video, and today we are working on the hook. Now, I'm really sorry that I've been posting so many Foxy videos lately. This is interesting stuff, and I need to film this. So as you can see, the hook is made out of cardboard, because I thought making it out of a clothes hanger would be a little bit dangerous, like if I hit you at the right spot with it, if I were to hit you, basically, it would go through your skin, and that's exactly what it is, thumbs down. It would be bad that the hook, if it were made of metal, it would actually cut your skin, or in a severe case, it would go through your skin, and it would hook onto something, like, I guess, and it would, and then when I try to pull it out the wrong way, then it would basically tear your skin. That would not be pretty at all, so I decided to make it out of cardboard and duct tape, because duct tape isn't as strong as metal. Originally, when I had this idea, when I was designing the hook, I looked at clothes hangers around my house. None of them were really big enough, so I decided to make a cardboard hook. And plus, it's soft enough that it can bend a little bit easily. And it's also strong enough that it can hold itself up. Perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying, right? And so as you can see, I'm covering it in duct tape because I feel like that's a perfect cover for it. And it's two pieces of cardboard stuck together with duct tape to give it a little bit of thickness. So as you can see here, I'm putting duct tape around it. I'm making sure that it doesn't, like, split apart while I'm using it. I don't want that at all. Not at all, I don't want that. Okay, so now what you can see is it's taking on a hook shape, and... oh, snap! There you go! It went from nighttime to daytime. So now here I am putting the duct tape cover around the hook, and I thought that I might as well leave this one unpainted so that it can really shine in the sun, because I thought there's got to be some part on Foxy that's not rusting itself into nothingness. So I thought to leave the hook completely unpainted, but it still has that hook feel to it. So there's duct tape on both sides. One side, which is the side that I'm looking at right now, is not my favorite side. The side, on the side that's facing down on the hook is my favorite, because it's a little bit more fluid with the duct tape, as you can see. And so now we're moving on to something else. And as you can see, in the bottom left, there's felt, there's fabric, and here's a spare piece of foam that I had from when I was making the Foxy head, and I measured my hand for this one. I measured my fist, because my fist is supposed to go inside, and so as you can see, there's can't find the right volume for the music, so I'm making it into I don't know, like a cylinder shape, I guess, and I had to make sure that this was perfect. You wouldn't do anything halfway. What would Walt Disney say? We live by a code in my house. What would Walt say? That's pretty much the one thing. So now I'm gonna form like a dome shape on top of it, so that the hook can stick through it. And it's interesting how I made this. This took me about 3 hours to make, the hook itself. In general, it took about 4 hours. and please forgive me for all the Foxy videos. I'm just really interested in this thing, and I want to show you guys my process. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Bethany Butler, who's one of my subscribers. She originally had the idea to make time-lapse videos for my channel, and she said you should speed up the footage of the process of me making my projects. That is pretty much the basis for time-lapse videos on my channel, and if it wasn't for Bethany, I probably wouldn't make these time-lapse videos at all. So I have Bethany to thank for that. And so here, as you can see, I'm putting the felt around the base for the hook. I don't know what those things are that the hook's stick into. I don't know. If anyone knows in the comments, please tell me. And I had to use my sewing skills for this. I took sewing class in high school. Yeah, that actually happened. Okay, so now I'm cutting off some pieces here, and now comes for the rest of the fabric. The hot glue gun, as you can see, I'm actually pushing down a little bit on the spot where the hot glue is. I actually almost burned my hand. I'm suffering for my creations, but you should never do this. If you're not experienced with hot glue guns and you're not an experienced modeler, do not try this at home. You can get hurt very easily with hot glue, especially with stuff like this. Okay, so now putting this fabric on was really difficult, believe me. There was all sorts of stuff that I needed to figure out, and that toothpick that you saw, I attached it to the bottom of the hook, and I stuck it through the foam and the fabric. That took me a while to get there. So now goes the fabric around the edges of the, around the edge of the part where my hand is supposed to fit in. It's big enough that my hand can fit in, but it's large enough that it hides my hand from view. At this part, I was so nervous that I actually ran out of fabric. Turns out I had the right amount. By just a millimeter, I didn't have enough, but who knows? People can't see it, right? So let me see here. So now we are putting the finishing touches on the part where the hook is supposed to, on the base for the hook, I guess. And let's see. I don't know what I did here. I honestly thought that I wasn't gonna have enough fabric, but I thought, I can't see it, so no one else can, unless I'm pointing the hook down or something. And speaking of the hook, it's actually not attached to the actual base. There's nothing holding it in place. Yeah, thumbs up to that. So what happened was the toothpick attached to the hook allows it to spin 360 degrees in a complete circle. So I can basically point the hook wherever I need to. It's really hard to do that though, but hey, I managed. What can I say? Okay, so here comes the finishing touches. I had to make sure that everything was nice and fluid with each other, and that's where I almost burned myself. Burning yourself is not a good thing. Okay, and also, I don't know if I included this part, but I actually used a little bit of electrical tape. The part that I'm putting my hand on right now, I actually put a little bit of electrical tape around this to make it a little bit more fluid. But it looks good either way. I mean, you gotta hide the foam from everything. Okay, let's see. I'm doing good so far, doing good. This took me about 2 hours, I guess, but hey, it paid off in the end, right? Of course it did. Let's see. And so now for the... Wait, almost done. Almost done. There we are. And now for the finished product. Now my hook is all finished. And that little bump that you see right there, that is where the toothpick is. And here's a 360, and here's a 180 view. And as you can see, the little ring right there, the little ring, My bad, I actually ran out of footage. So here's the hook. So right in the middle is the electrical tape. On top is the hook covered in duct tape, and on the bottom is the felt. And that's pretty much it for this video. And I will see you next time for another Eric Amir's Gaming 101 video. Bye everybody!